العالمين. الحمد لله الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا. الحمد لله الذي جعل الليل والنهار خلفة لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا. الحمد لله الذي خلقنا وصورنا ورزقنا من الطيبات وكان فضله علينا كبيرا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له شهادة تجعل الظلمات نورا. وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وإمامنا وعظيمنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أرسله الله هاديا ومبشرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. أما بعد. After that, we spoke in the last khutbah about morals and religion. They are in one unit. And how some people is trying, or some faiths, trying to separate religion from morals. And this kind, they are calling them under the name of secularism. They want to separate religion from life. And originally, they take it separate religion from politics. But it is in the original, they meant separate religion from the life of humanity. Human, they build on worshipping. There Allah created them to worship. But the point here, they get used to during the generation and years and after years and years and thousands of years. They used to worship only in their mind worshipping. Some of them kept worshipping Allah. Others, they worship stones, idols. Then people, they worship people like Pharaoh and others. They are created to worship. Doesn't matter what they worship. And in this situation, people, when they worship, they took time, the generation, to accept the new God or the new idol or the new religion. And after that, it is hard to change. When you change them from their religion to different religion, it's going to take time and you will be resisted. Like the Prophet ﷺ and all the prophets, when they came to the people of Mecca, they want to take them away from worshipping the idols. What happened? They resisted. Not easy. It is not, they didn't worship the idols for a month or two. Years, generation, and until they become absorb this kind of worshipping for the idols. So when the new message of Islam came, they found it hard on them to accept it. Is that right? Today, we are talking one of the series, we are following it about atheism. And the problem of our youth nowadays, how they start to be a trap, fall in the trap of atheism. And this subject, I think it's a long and big subject, but we will talk briefly, and inshallah in the next khutbah, if we're still alive, we'll talk about evidence, how to stop atheism and the evidence of the existing religion and God. But today we'll talk about the atheism and the youth. And I think the Imam, just in Ramadan, he talked about this subject, and another Imam. This is very important. It concerns all of us. A human being built on knowledge. They have to know something. Without knowledge, they cannot survive. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created Adam, عَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ, He teaches the names. He gave him knowledge. So in knowledge, he could choose anything. He could choose what to eat, he could choose what to do, he go there. The knowledge itself, without knowledge, a human cannot survive. Otherwise, will be like animals. Now Islam start to go to the hearts of people from the beginning, from the time of the Prophet ﷺ, in the heart by knowledge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened the heart of people. And the Prophet ﷺ tried to explain. Even they have a background of Allah and about God and worshiping. They have a background. They don't have atheism that time. But they spoke mind to mind to people. Some people, they believe right away. This is a kind of guidance. Here we are telling something, a problem, we are facing it. That, to give you an example, the atheism started in the 18th century, very powerful in Europe, when the church itself failed to explain or convince their followers that God, you are worshipping it, or Jesus, whatever, that without any explanation, only by force. You have to do and to believe the way it is, and you will be with the Lord in Jannah or paradise. No explanation. And dictatorship, without they start to make anyone have knowledge, he's a kafir. He's a kafir. Anyone invents something, the church, a kafir. Sometimes they kill him. Why? And many people, they said, okay, I am an atheist. I don't want to believe in God. I don't want to believe in this. And I don't blame them. People, when they leave the place of worshipping because there is no explanation, they have to take one side. Or to join another religion, or to be nothing. Now we compare that time to our time. The atheists, they took a part on this slide to explain, they start to speak to the youth or the people mind to mind about something Allah gave it to us, like science, inventing, discovering, all that. And they start to give the material, is a materialist way to convince others. If God is existing, He has to show us. We don't have an effort to go and look for it. If He is existing, He's supposed to give us how to do this. This is number one. They go through economics and philosophy. And the people listen. Yes, that's what we see. That's what we do. When it comes to the mosque, it comes to the places, the Muslim authorization, and to start to speak to the youth about these issues, because we want to know everything. How I know that God is existing? The same question. Existing from the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the world. How I know that the signs are from Him? These questions are facing it every day. How we know? So the way to give the youth or ourselves or our Muslim everywhere in a way to match our minds that Allah is existing, that's what they need. Our methodology, you have to believe first in God, in Allah, then we'll talk about it. Then the answer will be, or the question, I want a way to believe. You want me to believe? Yes. Give me a way to believe. These questions from the university students, from the high school, a Muslim, talk about Muslims. I'm not talking about non-Muslims. Muslim youth, these questions every day. And all of us, no answer. Look here and there and that's it. All of these things, when we talk about that we failed, we have to confess. We failed to send or to make the message to our youth or to ourselves first, that in a way that we study science and we talk mind to mind, leave science aside. We talk mind to mind to the youth, or to our people, to the Muslims. All what we say, this is it. You cannot discuss any other issues. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is existing, and you go further, it's be kufr. If you go further about it, it's kufr. Here, in this situation, they will be in front of a wall. They cannot jump over it, and they cannot destroy it to go through it. Unless they will leave and say, okay, I'll give you my back, I'm not going to come back. Other kinds of people, this is left. Other, they said, we don't have any answer. I believe in that. But in front of you, when you go outside, he has another standard. He will agree with the outside, with his friends, with other people. I am an atheist, but I cannot say in front of my father, or in front of my imam, or in front of the Muslim, you know what's going to happen. No, he doesn't know what's going to happen. Then, they start to go, when the atheists start to be a kind of hate from the religions all over, because atheists, they said, we don't need existing of God because we don't believe in it. The existing of religion, we don't believe it. Both. We want to live free in this world. Do whatever. Then they start to plan more. There's many things that present atheism today, looks like secularism. It's a way to say atheism, to separate religion from life, and you worship your God the way you want. It's up to you, believe the way you want. Then other they said about time material. And they believe the material and the substance, it was origin in this world. There's another one. There is another one, liberalism. Those people also, they believe the power of themselves, free to speak, unite ourselves. Then after that, they said there's nationalism. Nationalism. Then after that, free of speech, or free of talking about anything. They took under these lines, all of them, they pour their things into the atheists. And when you talk to our youth, they will say the same thing. That I worship Allah, there's nothing wrong to believe in this. How to face this issue? We are not going to talk about the evidence of existence. We said in another khutbah, inshallah, but we'll talk about the dangers which facing our youth from outside. Let them listen. When you see your son or daughter, for example, talking about this, don't make him to stop and say, don't talk, it is haram. Let him speak, include him. Even a brother your age, he said, I didn't find an answer for anything. Wait, let him speak. Because the Prophet ﷺ, he came, he spoke to people mind to mind, heart to heart, face to face, and we have to do the same thing. If we don't have enough education or knowledge about this issue, we have to learn it. It is in the Quran. We are not away from it. We have to know all of this before we stop. And we have to, many people, the other kind of the Muslim youth, they said to get rid of the prayers and to come wake up in the morning and to pay zakat and to go to Hajj and to fast Ramadan, he will tell you, I am an atheist. I don't believe in God. So you tell him, there's nothing on you. An excuse. So I am an atheist. He will say, you cannot do anything to him in this country or in any other country. Otherwise, you have a dialogue with him. So we have to know. So how to save our youth from that? And we have to know there's questions other from the youth. When you see Al-Qadha al-Qadr, this kind of Qadha al-Qadr, something means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described to you that's going to happen. Whatever happened, you have to accept it. It hardens me. How come? See, it hardens me. Allah means to harm me. This question for me and you, we accept it as a test. We accept it as a test. But for them, they have to know. Then another question about evil. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created evil? Why did Allah create evil? A question. The answer Allah created to test us. To test us. He could test us in many things. He's harming this, killing this, sometimes he born handicapped and otherwise paralyzed, and the war killing here and there. Why Allah created evil? Allah created on purpose to mislead us. This means, right away, these are the question came from whom? From the atheist instead to the youth. And the youth, they have to answer. Is it right? Some of them, they say, take credit, you don't want to hear it. But they know. And they don't have the answer to convince, but besides that, they cannot continue with them. Others, they said, you're right. I asked this question, I want to ask my imam and ask this to show, to see that's what the answer. Many answers didn't come to their mind. Because the level of their understanding of knowledge are different than the level of the people are giving. Needs the same level to understand that. Alhamdulillah, we have. But it's not enough. Then after that, they will say about, you see, what's going on in the nature. Hurricanes, mudslides, windy, everything, killing people here and there, destroying, for example, villages. Why that happen? Why Allah is doing this? If He want to test people, He didn't test people through hundreds of people be killed. These are the questions the believer they know in their heart. But anyone cannot give the right answer to them. Then they are talking about what's going on in the Islamic world. They're killing, fighting, doing this and this. By the name of whom? By the name of Allah. By the name of God of the Muslims. You are killing this and that, you are killing each other. How God accept that from you and He didn't come or He didn't save that? These are the questions. And there is some other question about when we say America. We are talking now since we are in the time of knowledge. They have to know everything. They have to know at least an evidence. When we talk about the miracle of Musa alayhi salam, when he hit the Starat and the sea being divided. Said, what are you talking about? Right away. I don't believe in that. For example, when Isa alayhi salam come and he put his hand on the dead or the rest he be cured. Who believe in that? The religious people. Christian, Muslim, or Jews. They believe. Religious people, they believe. I'm talking about how the atheist goes. Something we need to touch it. Since we don't see God Himself. How will I believe that what happened in the sea when Musa did this? When Isa alayhi salam made the dead alive? How will we believe in this? All of these things. Then after that, you find people, anyone will oppose you or disagree with you, right away, violently you stop him. Not to ask why you are doing this. Violently you stop him. And you said, you have no right to do that about my religion. You have no right to hate. You have no right to say bad words, etc. These are the questions. And after that, you find that a revolution came. The result of these questions was no answer from the one who is receiving these questions, and there is no answer or there is no logic answer to the youth themselves. It will be a revolution of the mind, a kind of rebellion from the youth, from the people who understand or religions, the way they did the church in the 18th century. Until now the church is losing the follower because of this. And the West itself is losing religion believers. And they are gaining more secular and atheists. And start to invade the Islamic societies. It is, we have no doubt. It is there. And if we say we are safe, no, we are. Maybe you are safe. He is safe. I am safe. But your generation, you are not safe. You have to find for them a dialogue, a knowledgeable dialogue. Something you have to speak mind to mind. We have to be more open on our youth. We have to be more open on ourselves. Islam has that. In the Quran, we have the evidence. For every single question comes from the atheist, from the secular, from the disbeliever, from anyone or who have doubt in his belief. We have the whole answers. We have no problem. But we have to catch this answer and send it according to their understanding, not according to your understanding only. That's the point. We make many lectures. We may talk about Allah and the existing and all of that. It's true. 100%, we have no doubt in this. But someone, you have to use their mind and bring people their age to speak that way. In this situation, we need more time to talk about this issue. For that, I make the other khutbah, inshallah ta'ala, about the existing of God and the scientific way and the logic way. Before you are the existing, you have to believe. Then when you feel the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you believe in Him. So it is a long way. I cannot make it in one khutbah for 20-25 minutes. Then I will speak with Allah ta'ala if we have a chance next time about that. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الذي هو إله في السماء وإله في الأرض وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. After that, so all we know that the corruption and the unvirtue and the desire of people, when it comes in any society, it will disappear when no one protects it. When no one will protect it, it will disappear because you don't like it. But when you find someone protect these things, start to last, survive, until you find something stronger, right? So this is here in Islam, the same thing. Here, when we find the desires and the disbelieving start to be protected by whom? By the atheists. Start to last. And when we find our iman, we are not able to protect it, not on us, on others, start to decline. So the protection, it has to be. Anything in this world needs protection. Anything. If you want to have a family, you have to protect your mission or your duty to protect your family. If you want to build a factory, you have a grocery store, you have a wall, you have to protect it. No protection will vanish, only be corrupted. No. The same thing, our iman. Our iman is a responsibility. We have to protect it. If we don't protect it, we find the number, we find it here or anywhere, one day will be decreasing and decreasing and decreasing until you find someone else protecting different ideas. So we have to know these things, the moral things, how religion is protecting morals. So you find that here, Iman needs a protection. Who's going to protect the Iman? Our morals. With morals, you will protect. And if you kept this way, Iman and morals only, and that's it, others they will come in the other side. No problem. Good morals, good Iman, but nothing wrong to do something wrong. Nothing wrong to commit sin. As we spoke before. Nothing wrong. It's morals. I'm not hurting you. I'm not coming close to you. But for you, you don't like it, but others they start to like it. He said morals is good and faith is good. But there is another thing we could do it. It's a free speech, a free country, free place, free whatever. This is nothing wrong with that. Doesn't clash or contradict with the morals. Only in one thing. When the religion is there, the religion will protect the iman and the morals. For that, when they came to separate religion from life of people, this is the meaning of this. So all of that, when we find that those people, they come in this way, you have to be ready. He said you are protecting, so you are a defender. So you cannot, if you are weak and your board is very weak, then it will come easily to you. If you leave your position where it is, then it will come easy to you. But when you are strong, this is my region surrounded, iman and morals. Then you will stay outside trying as long as you are strong. How to be strong? Maybe you are strong for your life. The religion doesn't need you only. They need your generation to last. That's what we need. This is the new strong. We are strong here. We are strong outside. But our generation, they are shaking. The knowledge they needed, they didn't find it here. They will find it somewhere else, but different way. That's all what we need. To be strong now, only. For the way that the religion lasted from the time of the Prophet ﷺ until the day of judgment. But at that time it was protected. No one was able to come in between and say any ideas because they face it mind to mind. They debate them, dialogue them. They don't use the sword to kill people because they disbelieve. So anyone that we feel that anyone who said in our Muslim community that you feel he is closer to that atheism, don't fight him. Don't fight him and don't say, shut him up right away. You have to give him the way and the freedom to speak, to empty what he had. Then we'll be ready to speak to him. Mind to mind. All over in force, you force. But when someone speaks mind to mind, you cannot use force for that. This is what's going on somewhere, and it is not in really our religion or our faith, but it is in the face of the enemies of Islam. They're using Islam to destroy Islam from within. That's what they are doing. For that they kill, they do that, and Islam is free from what they are doing. We are not that. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to benefit us from what He is teaching us and to teach us what's benefiting us, inshallah. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم إنا نسألك زيادة التفقه في ديننا. اللهم إنا نسألك زيادة التفقه في ديننا. اللهم ارزقنا التفكر في آياتك وارزقنا التدبر في كتابك إنك على ذلك قدير والإجابة جدير. اللهم إنا نسألك صحة في البدن وسعة في الرزق وقوة في الإيمان. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وأقم الصلاة.